all you cool cats and kittens. It's me, Kayla, and today I'm gonna be doing a smoky, sultry eyeliner for any eye, but mostly hooded eyes because I have hooded eyes. So I've already tried to film this twice. It is so tricky to try to get the voice recording and the other recording, and it didn't record, and here I go again, okay? With all that said, I have already primed my face and I used the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. This stuff is the bee's knees. It is like, I mean, if you don't even know, it's like tacky. It really makes your makeup stick. So we're gonna do that and let that soak in. It's pretty much already ready, but I'm gonna do the eyes first because I really want that to be kind of like the main thing with like fresh skin. So we'll start there. Let's zoom you in. So I'm gonna be using a stick first, and that is the Charolette Tilbury Color Chameleon Black Diamonds. It says for blue eyes, but I don't have blue eyes, so this is kind of just to like etch out our shape. So the main thing with hooded eyes is that you really want to stay away from like literally anything from the outer rim of like where your eye color is and inward, because that's when you start getting into making kind of like your whole eye super melted together and you don't see any shape anymore, and we want to really avoid that. Okay, so you got this pencil here. I'm gonna look down. This one has a little sparkle, so that's good. It is sharpened. We're gonna use that. So you can see that's kind of the shape, and I'm not bringing it super inward. Now, with a little smudger brush. This is a Ulta Beauty crease brush, but it's pretty flat and slim. And I just want something that's gonna be fluffy enough to kind of buff out the edges and still make this workable, while also kind of dusting this color so it's nice and doesn't have any harsh lines. So that's kind of what we're working with now. Okay, next step that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. You guys saw me do this in my last video, and I'm going to dip it in. Then, so you feel your crease bone, and the point is to look at your eye shape. So we're not gonna go right in that crease, actually. We're gonna go above it with this fluffy brush. This is a M573. I'm gonna look kind of tilted up at my mirror. If you were looking in a mirror, you'd be like this, and you'd be doing it. So like this, I'm going above my crease. Why? Why is it so loud? I just want to know. And take your time. But I really set this as a guideline so you don't end up dragging it all the way down here or anything like that. But the bronzer acts as a guide as well for your shape, so you keep everything underneath the depth that you're building open. I mean, it sounds kind of crazy, but do you know how drag queens, when they do their makeup, they kind of build everything over the depth of their brow bone, because they're like where that naturally stands out, they are trying to lift the eye. Same thing. So we're looking at that pretty much. I'm gonna do just a little bit more because it never hurts. Next step, we're gonna go in with a little bit of a deeper color. I'm gonna use the Desi Katy palette with a smaller brush. This is a Sephora Pro Precision brush. This is kind of just to start building up the color here and get rid of that black. And I'm gonna go over that. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna clean up everything in the end. I'm gonna go in with a fluffier brush, just so I can kind of start building this in my crease and into that color that I just did. Once again, staying above the fold of my lid. And I think that's really important to keep your head tilted back so you don't actually start digging into your the fold. Gonna go back in with the brush I used the bronzer with to kind of diffuse. And see, you can kind of see now I've built a new shape over my eye, like the fold. And then what we're gonna do to create the illusion that it's not there so much, the fold of my eye, so I'm going to be using more of like a shimmery shade to kind of brighten it up. I'm going to use from the Desi Katy palette. It is the shade Just a Kiss. I literally die for this shade. So gorgeous. I'm gonna bring it up just because I really like the reflex of that. I'm gonna keep building that shade, the dark one. This is, again, wait. This is kind of confusing the way these are. Like, you want to read it upside down, but it's not. It's Dirty Money, I think. No, that would be the green one. Cheese? I don't know. I think it's cheese. A flat shade of brush. This color here called Basic. It's like a light beige. Just gonna brighten that up and diffuse that. This is a Face Secrets eye contour brush. I don't even know where I got this from. Okay, so we're starting to see something here. Maybe add a little more reflex. Love this. living for that. I am gonna go back and take on an angle brush, the eye kohl from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm gonna start, so kind of keep with the same shape but just clean it up. Just gonna stamp it on. Again, not taking it too far in. I'm pretty happy with that. I know my face is kind of washed out with like all these orangey tones, warm tones, but with all the bronzer and everything, it's gonna be better. So let's leave it at that. Moving on, I'm going to do the other side and be right back. All right, so now that I've done the other eye here, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the face. So I did bring in a different pinch hitter. Pinch hitter? Is that the term? I don't know. Okay, so I've got the Loreal Infallible 24-hour Freshwear, $4.70. So I'm gonna squeeze a little bit of that on. Use my booty blender and start building that up. This is a really great, affordable foundation. I feel like I used to be that person that would be like, I'm not buying drugstore makeup. I feel like that kind of came from when I worked at Sephora. But then when I stopped working at Sephora, I realized I didn't have any gratis anymore. And then I didn't want to spend my money, and I just literally kept using so much of the stuff that I used to have, so much of all of that. And then, I mean, I still order from Sephora all the time. It is expensive. I mean, the amount of money that makeup companies make for profit. I think one of the biggest companies that I kind of want to shout out is, ooh, bitch, is the companies that really take pride in their product and aren't just like shoving shit out for people to buy. Makeup Forever, Hourglass, those companies, those are the real ones. Those are the people that aren't just trying to make a quick buck on product because they know they can. I don't know why these companies spend so much money putting money into PR, these giant wasteful packages, stuff like that, when they should really just be focusing on making on quality products that just don't flop and waste their dollar. In my humble opinion. Old Faithful, Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer in the color Light Beige. I'm going to not go over the top with this because it is a smoky look-ish. And I just don't want to go overboard, as I literally add more than like 5 dots on my face. I literally have no idea what this brush is called. I don't know where it came from. I think it's a Morphe brush, but I'm not sure. I like to let my concealer sit for a little longer. Who else's mustache has gotten honestly out of control? I need to get waxed so bad. And then I just focus this in here and then bring out whatever I can with the brush. You know that feeling when you just blend it right? Okay. Alright, next, Nudie stick. This is a Morphe M437. This is the Nudie stick in Bondai Bay. Shout out to Jamie Genevieve for, I feel like, getting us all on this. Now, you may be asking me, Kayla, for a cream, why would you be using a natural hair brush? Good question. I feel like it doesn't absorb the product as much and kind of blends it out a little bit better, which is what I'm just trying to do now. All my brushes are clean and they weren't before, so I'm really trying to just utilize my clean brushes, honestly, because I can get really lazy. And like I said, I'm not trying to go overboard with my face. I know for this, for people, this can be a little bit more makeup than they're used to. But this is more of a smoky, shadowed, winged liner look. I think it's everyday. I don't know. That's just me. I think if you like something enough. Wait a minute. Let me take everything back I just said. Would I have time to do this? Ew. Would I have time to do this before I go to work? No. But is it fun to create? Yes. I'm going to go back in with my foundation and kind of just blend over where I may have taken this a little bit high. Using a smaller brush, I'm going to use the Nudie Stix.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Do a little nose contour, nose snatching here. Cute, cute. Love to. Okay, next Nudie stick that I love is Bareback by Nudie Stick, okay. Buffing brush. Real Techniques. Give a little smile. Bring it up. A little bit on your nose, a little bit on the forehead. So going back to that original brush that I used to smoke out the Charlotte Tilbury shade with, I'm gonna take a little bit in here. And then soften. The outer edge. Okay, now let's go back into that color. This is the brush that we originally used to apply over the black eyeshadow, or the black pencil from Charlotte Tilbury. Not even sure, I think it's cheese. I'm not even gonna go to Cleaner Perfect. If you want to go cleaner than me, use a smaller definer brush. But that's about what I got. And then back in, because some of that concealer's kind of taken that little fun reflex away. Back in there, there's some of that. And I use my finger. I feel like the pigment doesn't pick up as well with a brush. Just really, like, for some reason melts onto your finger and then looks really nice. Use a really light powder today. I'm just gonna use the Hourglass one. I don't want to go crazy. I don't want my face to look like, I want it to feel fresh, look fresh, and just kind of like look like my skin, even though I did a lot to it. So this is a Morphe R2. Just a little swirl. That's something that's important when you are applying product, to tap it and not swipe. Swiping is when you're gonna move all your makeup around and you don't really want to ruin all the work that you just did. I do happen to get teasy. I happen to get greasy in more of my T-zone, especially right here. So I'm just doing that. And now we're gonna do the fun flick, like the felt tip side. So I'm going from straight in. Okay, to finish off the eye look, I'm going to curl my eyelashes. This is the Shiseido eyelash curler. One thing I can tell you about my eyelashes is that they are pathetic. They're honestly the saddest thing. I'm gonna keep trying out this new mascara I got from Radial in my Allure box. I It's really sticky. I like feel like I put it on and nothing's happening, but it's not getting clumpy, like it's not wet. But it's doing something, but not really anything at all. So I just feel like there's honestly no hope for my eyelashes. Everything is pretty much on. I'm going to now bronze up a little bit with the Butter Bronzer. Love this. Never gonna leave it. Just a light bit. Redefine the cheekbones. Do a little bit of blush. I'm gonna go for a healthy blush this time. This is MAC Cheeky Bronze. It's like this really pretty, kind of highlightery bronze color. And I'm gonna use the Morphe M530. I know we said we weren't gonna use highlight, but this is like barely considered highlight for me. Set the face a little bit. Dripping, honestly. And I didn't even care to move my mirror, so now my mirror is also dripping. MAC Stripdown. I used to be one of those people that was like, I will never use a lip liner because I don't understand the point. But now I 100% see the importance. It's really to define the shape, especially if you're overlining your lips. NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Abu Dhabi. That's where we're going. Next vacation, Abu Dhabi. Just a little bit. I don't want to use a lot. Just to melt everything in. Wow. I think I would leave the house and be like, this is good. I'm gonna add a few freckles. All right, you guys. There you have it. I hope this helped. I hope you feel like you learned something that you can take home from this, even if it's the smallest bit at all. I hope I learned something when I edit this. See you guys later. Love you.